Good evening. You're watching Headlines Today. I'm Gaurav Sawant. 450 people are feared dead after a massive earthquake hit Nepal. Aftershocks were felt across parts of North India. At least 30 people are feared dead in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal and other parts of this country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held an emergency damage assessment relief meeting at the Prime Minister's office. These are pictures we are getting to you from this meeting. The Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh, the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, the Foreign Secretary Ambassador S. Jaishankar, they were all a part of this meeting. You can see also the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley in this meeting. What are the measures that need to be taken? India has already dispatched 3 aircraft to Nepal. 10 teams are being sent to Nepal to help with the disaster relief. Executive Editor Javed Ansari now joins me with the latest. Javed, this is the might of the Indian state coming together and rather quickly.
Yes, certainly it's being fronted by the Prime Minister. Soon as news came in, the Prime Minister was in touch with all the chief ministers of UP, Bihar, Bengal to assess damage on this side. He also spoke to his Nepali counterpart, and now he's got the government and all the concerned agencies together. They are trying to dovetail their efforts, trying to ensure that relief work starts immediately. Like you said, the army, the armed forces has swung into action. One Globemaster plane is about to take off shortly from the Indian Air Base. Another one from Bathinda, we are told. Helicopters have been kept on ready, kept on standby, and then the NDRF teams which have been dispatched. So India trying to do all it possibly can, not just to look after the damage on the Indian side, but also it's to help its neighbor Nepal.
And all the states also coming together rather quickly, Javed, whether it is Nitish Kumar or Mamta Banerjee, immediately several chief ministers had fanned out with their teams fanning out for damage assessment and to be able to give a feedback to the Prime Minister before this meeting.
Well, absolutely, because, you know, this is a big emergency. This is a huge tragedy that has befallen our neighbors in Nepal. It's also, there could be some casualties on the Indian side as well, a lot of damage on the Indian side, and therefore the centre and the state governments all joining hands, everybody rising to the occasion. This is what is needed, and for the first time Indian authorities have responded with alacrity.
Indian authorities have responded with alacrity, reports Javed Ansari. Javed, what transpired in this meeting, the immediate assessment of where the damage is, what all is what the government intends to do now?
Look, like we said, there were all the stakeholders. There were different people from MEA, from the Home Ministry, the Defence Forces, the Finance Minister, all the concerned agencies, everybody giving in their assessments, and the efforts are being coordinated. What is remarkable is that all the effort is being coordinated. There's been a systematic follow-up. The MEA has done its assessment of whatever Nepal needs. The Defence Ministry has pitched in, the Finance Ministry pitching in, the Home Minister, of course, assessing the situation, and the Prime Minister monitoring all this and taking a lead. He's liaising with with not just Nepal authorities, but also the Chief Ministers here in India, to ensure that not only does whatever is required done on the Indian side, but also that Nepal, all possible help that can be rendered to Nepal should be rendered at this hour.
Javed, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. One team of the Indian Air Force, 45 Jawans, they've already taken off from the Hindan Air Base. Now 3 aircraft are being dispatched to Nepal, a C-130 Hercules, and this aircraft will prove to be extremely crucial. The C-17 Globemaster and an IL-76 heavy lift aircraft will be sent from Bathinda by 6 p.m. today. 10 National Disaster Relief Force teams will be sent to Nepal. They will land in Kathmandu and then will spread out to different parts of Nepal wherever they are required to immediately provide relief to rescue people. Now, teams within the country, NDRF teams within the country are moving to Supaul, Darbhanga, Muzaffarpur. Nepal's envoy to India has said India is the first country that has sent assistance to Kathmandu. Now, there is a major meeting that was just held at the Prime Minister's office. With me in the studio is Balaji Singh. Balaji has been coordinating effort in this operation through in similar operations. Balaji, I'll come to Balaji in just a moment. 125 people from Maharashtra and Telangana. That's the report that's coming in. 125 people from Maharashtra and Telangana are also stranded in Nepal after this 7.9 magnitude earthquake, after it struck the Himalayan nation. According to officials at the Maharashtra Information Center in Delhi, 80 people are from Nashik. They'd gone on a pilgrimage. 15 to 20 people were on a trekking expedition. Another batch of 25 tourists from Hyderabad also stranded near the Pashupatinath temple. Deep Upadhyay, Nepal's ambassador to India, told Headlines Today that the Pashupatinath temple is unaffected by this. Javed Ansari, our executive editor, with me with the latest that's coming in. Javed, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, we are told, has now asked two officials of the Gujarat government who were there to oversee an earlier operation where some Gujarati tourists had been killed in a disaster, in a road accident. Those officials have been asked to stay back and help out. What more can you tell us about India's efforts in Nepal?
Look, like we said earlier, India is front-footing this. They've been extremely proactive. These two gentlemen were already in Nepal with relation to a bus accident that was carrying pilgrims from Gujarat. Now the Gujarat state government has asked them to stay back and oversee whatever relief and rehabilitation that can be done, because there are a large number of pilgrims from Gujarat who are currently in Nepal. What we can also tell you is now that the Nepal Home Ministry has confirmed that the number of dead is 688. That's already a very high figure. Much of this damage, much of these casualties have come from the area of Lapchong and Pokhran, which was the epicenter of this massive earthquake. There are fears that this number could rise as reports start coming in, because this is some distance. This is at a distance from the capital Kathmandu, and news is slowly trickling in. But at the moment, the number is already as high as 688.
688 dead, and the death toll could unfortunately go higher. Balaji, in a situation like this, the 10 teams that have been sent so far, they could actually be just too little, given the magnitude of the crisis that's unfolding.
Absolutely, Gaurav. I think this is where we have started, and the kind of response we need to mount is Herculean, and more teams need to come in, and it's up to Government of Nepal and also I think Government of India to find where from we can get this, and there should be a lot of community-based teams.
Stay with me for a moment, Balaji. I also want to quickly bring in Utpal Mishra, senior journalist, who joins me from Kathmandu. Utpal, we are now told that the death toll has risen to 688. What more can you tell us about what's happening on ground zero? What's the latest?
Well, the latest is that death toll will continue to rise, as I can see that many choppers are here to rescue, and critically injured are being lifted to nearby bigger hospitals for better treatment. Some of them are, I can see that some of them are dead bodies of people, and yet they have not been listed into the death list. But choppers are there, and they are lifting up those who are deceased, and they are wrapped up in white cloths, and they are being flown away to the nearby hospitals for further investigation or official treatment, anything like that.
Okay. Now, the death toll in Kathmandu Valley, is that higher than the information that's coming in from, the Gorkha area, the epicenter of this earthquake at Lamjung?
Yes, that is quite naturally, because Kathmandu is a metropolitan city and the population density here is very large. So, a smallest amount of devastation here will lead to a larger number of death tolls by nature.
Okay. What is it that is immediately required as aid agencies start to pour in, as Government of India sends its first aircraft? What is immediately required on ground zero?
Well, the immediate requirement is a rescue team that for those who are trapped into the debris of fallen buildings. And the government of Nepal, I don't think they were that much prepared for tackling this type of devastation. And there's a chaos running here. People, public here is on the roads, on the street, and they are just shouting slogans, some of the groups here, that the government is not taking proper action. And when I talked to one of the government agents. They told me that they are handicapped due to lack
Okay.
of equipment.